Yo, what's up guys, it's Vader and I'm back with a little something special for you guys today. As you're seeing right here on your screen, this video is going to be like talking about my first time being at a Comic Con dressed up. I went to Braehead Comic Con, which was in July, like July the 22nd to the 23rd, and I dressed up as the Predator, as you're seeing right now on the screen, and I enjoyed it a lot. However, there were a few complications with my outfit. One being I never had the netting on, and it wasn't the right material of netting that I had ordered. I had actually gotten another pair of netting because the one that I had ordered got stuck or held up, so I had to use this other netting, and it wasn't the best. But I eventually did get the netting that I had ordered a few days ago, and I wish that I had it for this because you can kind of see the netting there on my legs. It was more like a wire kind of material, like a kind of like bird mesh kind of material, and obviously I had put stuff on the gauntlets, like cardboard obviously for the wrist blades, and I had another gauntlet that opened up that was like the self-destruct device that I have actually done a video on before. The gauntlet that had the blades was like an Alien vs Predator styled gauntlet, so it looked more larger, and that's basically how I had the blades on it, and it did look really good. Obviously when you compare it next to like the other people that were dressed up like the Star Wars character, it didn't. Like the Star Wars characters, like there's a big difference in like quality, but I thought the costume looked really good. It's just I never had like the netting and stuff. If I had the netting, I think it would have been much better. Yeah, that's the gauntlet there I was mentioning, was the fact that a little part of the top part came off, so I had to basically like put it in my pocket. Like I actually had pockets in the actual shorts that I had on. I just basically got like a pair of like shorts and like cut away the bottom parts of them to give them like that stuff like the tunic that the Predator wears, like the skirt that he kinda has on. I'd say this was a prototype, because I do plan on doing it again next year, because it was actually really fun to go there and like everybody's like looking at you and all that. Not in a bad way, of course, like they looked at you as if to say, wow, he actually put some effort into look like that. Because honestly, like, I'd say this year the stalls were really shit. I don't know if it was just because I couldn't like see like I couldn't see them and all that, but like the stalls were really bad this year, I thought anyway. It just depends on what you're into. Like there was a lot of like, the only good stall that I liked was the Star Wars one, where it was like they had like lightsabers and stuff, and it was I'm trying to remember the name, NeoPixel lightsabers, like the really high end ones, because I remember talking to the guy about it, and I says to him, yeah, I've got one of the Disney ones and all that, and he's like, oh the Disney ones aren't really that good. Which, to be fair, they may not be as good as like some of like those ones, but I definitely don't mind the Disney ones. I've even got the Master Replica ones, and I think the Master Replica ones are still amazing for like an older version of them. The gameplay that you're seeing right now is a match that I had on Predator Hunting Grounds. I'm playing as the Scout Predator. That's kind of what the main design was for the my costume, was try and make it look like a Scout kind of thing, like slim it down. It's got like not much armour on him. Like I basically only had like leg armour, and that was it, and obviously the gauntlets, but I couldn't like get any like the chest piece with like the cannon on it and stuff, so I kinda missed out on that. But like I mentioned, it was kind of just like a prototype test, and I have to say that it looked really good for like my first time, because the gauntlets weren't cheap, the mask underneath the actual helmet wasn't cheap either. Like, they weren't like high-end stuff like some of the Star Wars people had on, but in terms of like looking high-end, I'd definitely say that they look really high-end. Especially the helmet, like the helmet looked really good. But I couldn't see very well with it on. That's why, like, in some of the pictures that I was shown, you can see me like looking down, which was kind of funny because like I think that's why I couldn't like see some, like, I'm thinking like some of the stalls were shit, because that's how I had to take the mask off as well, like the actual helmet. I basically kept the actual full mask on the whole time I was in, and there was like people dressed up as like the Mandalorian and like my other Mandalorians and stuff, and I just felt like saying, I'm more of a Mandalorian than you because I've not even like removed my mask, my face, which is quite kind of funny. But yeah, I think if I was doing it again, like for the next time, if I was doing it again, I would want to like try and save up some money, like a lot of money, and try and like get like the chest piece with like the cannon and like the cannon in the back, like the plasma caster, and obviously have the netting on. But I've already got the netting now anyway, so that's that ticked off. And probably have like I'd probably want the spear. Well, that's something else I had as well, was the wolf predator mines. I've actually got a wolf predator mask with like the dreads and stuff, but you can't obviously take the mask off, so it's just basically like one whole piece with like the dreads and all that on it, but it still looks really good. But yeah, I definitely think in terms of like my first time there, obviously dressed up, I feel like for my first time obviously dressed up, I feel like it went well. A lot of people were like saying, oh, your costume looks good, because like that's the one thing that kind of annoyed me about like this year's Comic Con, and I guess last year's as well, but not so much last year. It was kind of just mainly this year. Like, everybody was just dressed up as Star Wars characters. It's like, obviously you have like the main guy that's like dressed up as Darth Vader. I don't mind him because he's always dressed up as Darth Vader, and it is a really cool costume that he's got. But there's like other people that were just like dressed up as like obviously like the Mandalorians, Boba Fett, like a Twi'lek, and like other Jedi were there as well with like the lightsabers and all that. So I think what I might do next time is like probably use like my Darth Vader lightsaber that I've got and go in dressed up as like a Sith predator. I think that would actually be pretty cool. Like I've always like thought like a predator in like the Star Wars universe would be like the most overpowered thing ever, because it's obviously like get the Force, and it's quite an imposing threat as well, even without like having the Force. So I think that would be a really cool concept if I did that, because I've got a spare mask that's like red, like a spare helmet that's red that actually has the LEDs on it, which is really cool. So I could probably do that, and obviously like if I got like the armour, like I could paint it or something, like paint it red. But that's just an idea for maybe next year. I definitely do plan on doing another one of these videos for next year, because obviously like I want to show like the progression from now to then, because I definitely think that in terms of like my first time there, and obviously like not having as much stuff, I definitely do think that there's a little bit of room for improvement, but not that much. So that'll be fun. But anyway guys, it's coming to the end of the video, and I hope you have enjoyed this one quite a bit. Like I said, it is my first time dressing up, so obviously the costume wasn't that great, but I definitely think it was great, and I hope you guys do as well. But anyway guys, I'm going to end this video here. I hope you've enjoyed it and found it entertaining as well. So as ever guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, share and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. And I really don't know how that fucking missed him. Anyway guys, take it easy. Thanks.